Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Growth by Design Morrison Lead podcast. And today I have with me Mr. Morrison.
Hello, everyone.
As we move forward with the podcast, and we want to talk a lot about leadership, life leadership, leading our own lives. And so, from time to time, if not as host, certainly as part of being a regular guest on the podcast, Mr. Morrison will be with us. Kingsley is who I like to call him, or what else do I call you, honey? Now, we all know that life is challenging. Life can have interruptions. I don't know how many of you've ever had life interrupted. And so we know all of these things happen in life, but despite all of that, one of the things that we've committed to doing as we've journeyed through life for how many years together? Individually,
Yeah,
we've
it's been 34 years.
34 years together.
34 years.
Yeah, there's some um, tips, I guess, or things that we feel that we can share that will impact the next generation. And we just want to see youth, in particular, young adults within the family, really live a very fulfilled life. How many of you want to live a fulfilled life? You know, not just live a life, but live a life that you love, a life that you've created, a life that we believe you want to share with others.
Yeah, absolutely. And first of all, thank you, Jacqueline, for asking me to be on this particular segment and just talking about our life together, family, and some of the the things that we've experienced together and how that really makes a difference, how that made a difference in our lives, in the life of our children, our family, and those who we have our circle of influence. uh, yeah, I thanks for asking me to be on this segment.
All right. Now, I'm going to put you on the hot seat a little bit because I want to share with our listening audience how we met, your version of how we met. Um,
Right. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting story. It was, we had there was as I remember it, we went to attended sister congregations,
mhm.
and I was at
What's a congregation?
congregation. So we met at church, right?
Mhm.
So we met at church. So we had there was one of our congregations, or one of our churches, that was in the west end of the city, and West End Toronto, and the church that I attended, where
Mhm.
my parents pastored, was in the East End, in the Pape Avenue area. And so one particular evening, we were there was a practice. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. We both were involved in music, and at our churches,
Mm,
and so
yeah.
there was a yeah. So there
I don't
was
know if
a
what I did was counted as music, but it
well, yeah.
was.
There was
Mm,
a kind of a musical ensemble
ensemble.
that was practicing at the West End Church, and I and some of the guys from Pape Avenue went over just to kind of check out what they were doing, and lo and behold, there was Jacqueline. Right, so there she was, and I can personally say that it was love at first sight. I saw her and I was like, wow, who is this young girl that just for me, you were stunning, and really made a wow first impression. And really from there, because we were involved in church life, and after that there was the youth camps and all of that. Uh, definitely you were on the radar screen from that
A
moment.
radar
Yeah,
screen.
you were on
Okay.
the radar screen from that moment,
Hmm.
and I you know really prized that moment. I mean, it's etched into my memory, and um, you know, so from that point on, I mean, we were talking and connecting, and our relationship grew more as friends.
Right. Yeah. All
At the
right.
beginning, more as friends, and then you know, just over the years of growing up as young people,
Yeah, I
as
wanted to
youth.
chime in a little bit.
Yeah,
As he said, over the years, we were teenagers.
teenagers. Yeah, we were teenagers, and so
Uh,
there wasn't really much that we could do about the relationship at that point. But we kept on growing as friends and encouraging one another in our faith, and also in life, encouraging one another in life, and um, yeah, so that's how we met.
mhm.
Hmm.
So that was his version. Actually, my version is very similar. I don't remember who it was, but I remember someone at the time saying that you asked, "Who's that?" And the person responded, "It's Donna's sister."
Okay.
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
think that they were familiar with my sister, but not with me at the
Right.
time. And according to you, I was bouncing up the stairs.
Yeah.
Um,
Bouncing up the
the
stairs.
stairs and so we met at a church as I was bouncing up the stairs.
Hmm.
And how did and then I remember I'm trying to remember how we even first spoke, because I probably knew off you in the context of the Pape Avenue Brass,
Hmm.
a local
Yeah, that was the
musical
musical.
group.
That was the musical band that was over at the Pave
Yeah,
Avenue Church. Yeah.
but I'm trying to remember. But definitely, as teenagers, as kids, really,
Hmm.
as teenagers, I remember us having the opportunity to attend summer camps
Yeah.
together,
Hmm.
um, with our respective local churches. And so we had an opportunity to be able to be social and engage during
Hmm.
these summer camps,
Yep.
which took place almost every summer from the
Hmm.
time I remember going to summer camps from the time I was about 10
Hmm.
until what we would have said today would be we aged out.
Hmm.
So from about 10 to, I believe, um,
Yeah. Early, like early.
18, 17,
Yeah,
18, 17.
19. Yeah, around
Then
that
we
time.
had we had what was called junior camp.
Right.
So then after we were in part of junior camp, then we would graduate and look forward to going to
Hmm. Hmm.
senior camp. And I remember one year, we probably will cut this out, but I remember just in reference, I remember going to Muskoka Woods, and that sticks out in my mind,
Hmm.
because my sister has pictures of us from Muskoka Woods.
And I think that was
It was
a winter camp,
a
like a
winter
winter
camp,
winter retreat, winter
a
retreat.
winter camp.
Yeah, winter
Yeah.
retreat. So, and we were older teens at that point.
Hmm.
Older teens. Or I guess early
Early
20s.
20s. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
but I think the key thing is that that's how we met and then started connecting everything like
mhm.
that. But really, for me it was well, obviously, you were stunning,
Two.
and yeah, yeah. So as I said, it was I was smitten at first sight. So I mean, it was pretty much over at that point. But really, the next part, other than just the attraction and feeling like, wow, this is
Hmm.
somebody I want to get to know. but the other part of it was the values, right? Was the values. So as we talk about life leadership and what
Mhm.
it means to lead your life, just growing up in a home where my mom and dad were very uh, serious and committed to their faith and actually lived it out. Because sometimes one thing can be professed and then
Mhm.
another, it's another deal at home. But there was congruence. I mean, they walked out their faith in
Mhm.
relationship with um, the Lord, the Creator, and also with each other. And myself and my sister Ola had an opportunity to witness that. And so I wanted that in my relationship. I wanted somebody that, I shared my values and that we
Mhm.
could actually build a life together. And that is critical for life leadership. You want to be around people and develop a life where there's congruence and there's shared values, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so that's how we met. And there again, there was that connection
Mhm.
piece, but then the next phase of things was really values, and
Mhm.
so our relationship in our life really been built on that. And you could see that in our family and our sons as they're adults now and moving on and building lives of their own.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Values. I think we'll need to do a segment on shared values and
Mm,
how that impacts life leadership and how it
absolutely.
impacts families,
Yes.
and in particular also how it impacts the next generation. And for any young person who may be listening in, the values that you have, how that's going to impact the relationships that you are engaged in, and
Absolutely.
ultimately the family that you will create or be part of in the future.
Right. And yes, the family piece, building family,
Hmm.
building next phase of one's life, but even in the friends that you choose and the people that you associate yourself with and your circle of influence. Now, obviously, in life, we don't get to choose who we work with or go to school with. I mean, that's just a part of just life. But we do get to choose who our circle is and who we're spending time with and who we
Hmm.
choose to build our lives with from a single perspective, right? Which is
Hmm.
one of the things that we encouraged our sons to do, now young men and out on their own. Yeah, we said, listen, you get to choose who you build
Hmm.
your life with.
You
Yeah,
get to choose who you build your life with.
yeah.
That could be another. Um,
There you go.
you get to choose who you live your life with.
Mhm.
It's all about choice. Making I
Absolutely.
hope you've enjoyed this podcast as we talk about leading our lives, meeting Mr. Morrison here, who will be with us on future episodes. And I hope that you will go out and maximize your potential and live fully in your purpose. Talk to you soon.
Bye.